Hi, I'm Mike Wells, professor in the Computer Information Science Department at Minnesota State University Mankato. I'd like to let you know about a first-of-its-kind program that's paying off for students, universities, and the business community. Maverick Software Consulting is bringing together top students majoring in computer science and related fields like you from campuses across Minnesota and the Midwest, with corporations seeking local software development and testing. The program provides you with paid, real-world experience working with cutting-edge technology and typically a job offer prior to graduation. Over the past 6 years, the program has created jobs for more than 160 students. To date, every participant has been hired for full-time positions in the IT industry at companies including Thomson Reuters, Symantec, Digital River, Target, Lockheed Martin, IBM, Microsoft, Intel, and many more. You'll gain experience, hands-on knowledge beyond concepts learned in classes, and a paycheck to help pay for school. You'll be able to apply principles from school to work and work to school, making future classes easier. Universities generate revenue, forge industry partnerships, and use the program to help recruit top students to their campuses. Businesses benefit from a talented, trained workforce, and the community benefits by keeping IT jobs local.
It's an exciting time at Maverick Software Consulting. Our innovative, award-winning program is growing rapidly. We've now opened offices on or near 9 university campuses across the Midwest and recently received the Techne and Progress Minnesota Awards. It helps businesses identify and get to know top recruits. By becoming immersed in a company's processes and culture, you'll gain a significant head start over your classmates. Stay tuned to hear from current students about the benefits of joining the Maverick team.
What do you like about Maverick Software Consulting?
What don't I like? I like the people. I like the location. It's very close to campus.
What I really like about working here is just the community. We're all in the same boat. We're all kids going to school for something to do with computers, information technology, information systems. So, I mean, we all have a lot in common. So that really allows us to all, bounce ideas off of each other.
You get to work on real-world projects, which is something that I feel is kind of missing from the school experience. You get all the concepts, but you don't actually get to apply a lot of the knowledge until you get out there.
The laid-back environment, it's very casual. We have a lot of fun here on top of getting a lot of stuff done. We learn a lot of new technology.
It's great just working with my classmates and just the real-world experience that I'm gaining and just working with the technologies and stuff like that.
I really like the atmosphere. It's just a bunch of college kids, and I'm actually pretty good friends with just about everyone I work with.
Right now, since we're in the summer, I get to work 40 hours a week, which is really nice because it's hard to find a summer job that gives you full time. And during this school year, you get 20 hours per week, and it's really flexible.
What does your typical workday consist of?
I check my email right away, and then I guess if there's anything I need to do in any of my emails right away, I'll work on those.
Check my email, see what I have to do, if there are any tasks that I got assigned. And if not, I just kind of go on with what I was working on the day before that.
We have daily stand-up meetings with our team where we will go over what we finished the previous day, maybe any questions that we had or any problems we run into, and what we're going to work on the rest of the day, and then I get to work.
What are some of the perks?
They realize that you're students first and workers second, so they're really flexible with working around your schedule if you need to.
Lots of learning experience. You learn a lot of stuff. The connections you make are good. It's kind of a foot in the door into the industry.
Oh my gosh, the paycheck is another perk.
The finals kits are one of the perks of working here. In the last 2 weeks of every semester, we get a box filled with sugary goodness.
Hack time.
Hack.
2 o'clock hack.
Play hacky sack.
Definitely the food, I would say.
What type of training do you receive?
I'm sure everyone here remembers training modules. Some will be related to testing and others related to development. And your team that you end up on a project with works directly with you as well, trying to tell you exactly what to expect.
They gave me just some training work to do to kind of get me up to speed on things like SQL and Java that I hadn't really touched very recently. And then after that kind of basic training, I was working right alongside the person I was replacing, so I got to see what they were doing on a daily basis and get acquainted with the project that way.
What kind of technologies do you use?
Java, JavaScript, Java server faces.
I'm working with stuff in jQuery right now. I'm doing a little bit of Java web development, which is something I've never done before.
Spring, Hibernate, WebSphere Studio application developer.
I'm learning how to write scripts in Perl right now and then convert that into XML code to be displayed on websites. So that's what I've been learning so far, and using regular expressions to pull out information from the scraped HTML files.
Eclipse, Python, C#, EasyMock.
Right now we're using C# with the Selenium testing framework, and with that we use XML a little bit, CSS a little bit, HTML a little bit.
The list just goes on.
How has your time spent at Maverick prepared you for a full-time job?
It's given me a bit more confidence too. I had always worried about what it will be like going the transition, jumping out into the work field, but this is kind of a really nice transition where we have that safety net of being an intern. I mean, it's okay to make some mistakes, they'll help you learn things.
Basically, they put you in what you would be doing in the industry.
This is more than I would have ever envisioned coming into as like an internship, and because it runs the entire time that I'm in school, it's not just like a 3-month thing where you barely get into it and then you're already kicked out of it and finish the rest of your school or something like that. It goes until I graduate, so I can keep on building what I have and making those connections and relationships.
I'm going to leave college with 2 years hands-on technical real-world experience. And that when you can go to an interview and talk about things that you've done versus things that you've just learned about, you can just kind of see the interviewer's eyes light up and like, this is the guy we need.
What other skills have you learned?
I'm getting lots of team building skills. I've worked on teams before, but at this job you work constantly with your team lead, with your court specialist, and you're constantly having to communicate with people.
The teamwork and communication and coordination aspects of it, you get a little bit of that in class, but when you are constantly having meetings remotely with senior developers or maybe even with business people that aren't technical at all, you get to kind of learn how to talk to those people and when to say things and when not to say things.
I think for me, being a computer science major, it sort of helps my lack of business classes. So I get to learn more about the communication side of things, and we don't really get that in CS.
Does working at Maverick Software Consulting affect your schoolwork?
I think it will help it. It definitely won't hurt it. But I do think it will help it, and it will let me look at new technologies that I can use to make my classwork even easier.
This was actually the first semester I've gotten a 4.0, and this is the first one I've had a job.
Sometimes I'll learn something from class and be able to bring it here, but a lot of the times I end up needing to learn something for a project here and then bringing that back to school, which makes homework or projects there a lot easier.
Positively. I actually was looking at my transcript, and since I've started working here, excluding the first semester, I haven't gotten lower than an A-.
Anything you'd like to add?
In class, we learn these programming skills and we write our Hello World applications, which are fun, but here we're doing something that's, much bigger than a grade. I mean, the grades are important, but we're actually doing something that's seen and used by millions of people every day, and I think that's just really, really great.
The biggest benefit is getting used to all the technology that we use here, because when you're in class, you usually use the super basic things just to learn the concepts that the class wants to teach you, but you don't go in depth to the new software that's super complex and that you need to get used to using.
Prepares me for development or anything that I would want to do within the field, just because it's broad enough to really give me that full exposure.
Definitely go for it. Try interviewing, even if you think maybe you don't have a shot or maybe think your technical skills aren't the best, because it's definitely a good opportunity.
There are very few projects in higher education that benefit students, the university, faculty, and its industry partners. And that's why Maverick Software is so unique. And the strength of the students involved is what really drives the success of this program. You're invited to join the Maverick team by applying online at mavericksoftware.com. We're looking forward to hearing from you.